When we think of the hottest guys in the world, our thoughts likely turn towards actors, musicians, and other famous stars. But not all of the handsome men out there orbit the celebrity sphere. From governors to senators and more, here are the politicians who have gorgeous husbands. Rhode Island Governor Gina Raimondo and her husband Andy Moffett make quite the attractive couple. And Moffett seems incredibly proud of his wife, as well as his position as the inaugural first gentleman of the state of Rhode Island. He explained via LinkedIn, "I focus on improving outdoor recreation opportunities, reducing child hunger rates, and eliminating the stigma of mental health issues in Rhode Island."
Scruff finally found a home and a human friend all his own. Yay! The end.
The couple have 2 children, Cece and Tommy, and as noted by the Office of the Governor of Rhode Island, Moffett works in consulting and is also an adjunct lecturer at Brown University and Harvard. He holds a bachelor's degree from the University of Michigan, graduated from Yale Law School, and has a master's degree from Oxford, where he met his wife. When you think of enduring romances, a political pairing probably doesn't typically come to mind. But maybe it should, because New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and her husband, British financier Jonathan Gillibrand, have fought hard for their love story. According to the Daily Mail, the couple were set up on a blind date back in 1999 when Jonathan was studying at Columbia and Kirsten worked at a law firm. While Jonathan had only intended to stay in the U.S. for a year, his plans quickly changed after he and Kirsten hit it off. The couple now has 2 children together, Theodore and Henry. Jonathan has been quite supportive of Kirsten's political career, which included a presidential run in 2019. And as Kirsten told Vogue, not a lot of men can handle the political arena, explaining, "Not many husbands want their wives to be in politics because it's intense. The only thing Jonathan doesn't like is when I'm attacked. He gets very upset."
Life makes you cynical, makes you doubt yourself, and it makes you doubt the people around you. But the notion that everything's possible is a really good quality to keep.
Thanks to Kamala Harris's presidential run, as well as her appointment as former Vice President Joe Biden's running mate, her husband Doug Emhoff is one of the better-known political partners out there.
We're not stopping. We are not stopping until we win.
While he isn't a politician himself, he is an attorney who has defended some high-profile cases. According to Business Insider, in the late 90s, he helped win a $42 million lawsuit over the Taco Bell Chihuahua when the fast food chain was sued for allegedly using the character without compensating its creators. The Hollywood Reporter noted that Emhoff and Harris were originally set up on a blind date in 2013. They have no children together, but Harris remains a devoted stepmom to Emhoff's children, Cole and Ella, who affectionately call her Mamala. Running for office can be a daunting task. Fortunately, Alaskan Senator Lisa Murkowski had a lot of support in her corner when she decided to enter politics. Her husband, Vern Martell, not only supported her endeavors, but was the one to encourage her to pursue her dreams. As Murkowski told the New York Times, Vern raised their 2 sons while she launched her career. Murkowski served as a state representative from 1999 to 2002, was appointed to the Senate in 2002, elected to a full term 2 years later, and then won re-election in 2010 and 2016. While the senator admits that the stress of a life in politics has impacted her marriage, Martell has faithfully stood by her side. And a 2016 tweet from the politician commemorated the couple's 29th wedding anniversary. California Representative and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi has had a long career in politics, with her husband, businessman Paul Pelosi's constant support.
She loves to dance, which she does well. She loves to sing, which she doesn't do well.
The couple were college sweethearts who tied the knot in 1963 and went on to have 4 daughters and a son together. And Nancy credits those years as a homemaker with preparing her for her later political career. As she told the Washington Post, "I became so energized and efficient in the use of time and willingness to delegate." She won her race in 1987 as her youngest child began her last year of high school. Decades later, Pelosi is one of the most recognizable politicians in the world. As Paul once explained to the Chronicle, "I've made a conscious effort to not be involved or give the appearance of being involved in her political career. People should realize that she's the one." Kristi Noem kicked off her political career in the South Dakota legislature. She then was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives before being elected the first ever female governor of South Dakota in 2018. And supporting the politician throughout her history-making run were her children Cassidy, Kennedy, and Booker, as well as her husband Brian.
The thing about Kristi I admire the most is her work ethic. It doesn't matter what she's doing, if she's fixing fence or if she's saddling a horse or if she's working in Congress.
As noted by the National Governors Association, Brian owns an insurance company and coaches high school basketball. He's also proud to be the very first gentleman of the state of South Dakota, telling the Capital Journal, "I am honored to serve beside Kristi." Brian also says that he and Kristi knew her decision to enter the political arena would be a tough one. And while it hasn't always been easy, the couple always put their family first. He explained to the Black Hills Pioneer, "Everything we do together." Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody isn't the only person in her family to work for the government. As noted by the Miami Herald, her mother is a lawyer, her father is a judge, and she's also the granddaughter of a judge. Her husband, Justin Duralia, also works for the government as an agent with the DEA.
I'm the only one running that has been in the trenches, worked with law enforcement, and understands what it takes to move the ball in some of the complex issues facing Florida today.
But Moody didn't set out to have a career in politics. She started off working for a law firm, but eventually left her job and took a pay cut in order to become a federal prosecutor. It was then that she met Duralia. After they married, she ran for circuit court judge and her political career was born. While Moody is an elected official, she told the Tampa Bay Times that she doesn't consider herself a politician, adding, "My life's work has been dedicated to the rule of law." Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer found her perfect partner in dentist Mark Mallory. As noted by The Sun, Whitmer's political career was already established when the two tied the knot in 2011. That year, Whitmer was voted into public office as the Senate Democratic leader. In 2018, Dr. Mallory became the first gentleman of Michigan after his wife was elected governor of the state. The couple enjoy their blended family consisting of Mallory's 3 sons from his first marriage, Alex, Mason, and Winston, and the politician's 2 daughters from her first marriage, Sydney and Sherry. And the tight-knit family has supported each other through some difficult times, including a thwarted kidnapping plot aimed at Whitmer in October 2020.
My family and I are safe. We've never feared for our safety because we have the phenomenal Michigan State Police.
As part of a statement following the arrests of the people reportedly involved in the incident, Whitmer said, "My husband and I are eternally grateful to everyone who put themselves in harm's way to keep our family safe." Many people are familiar with former Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg and his husband Chasten, thanks to Pete's 2020 presidential run. But while he didn't clinch the Democratic nomination, the campaign did make Pete one of the most famous political figures in the country. According to CNN, Chasten says he was the one who wanted his husband to run for president, adding, "Pete got me to believe in myself again. I knew there were other kids sitting out there in this country who needed to believe in themselves too."
It's just such a blessing to be able to come home, to know that we can crash into each other at the end of the day.
As noted by Time, Pete was the first openly gay candidate to seriously campaign for the presidency, making his bid an historic one. Chasten revealed even more about their relationship in his 2020 memoir, I Have Something to Tell You.
I choose to be an optimist and understand, not naively, but understand that with these challenging times, therein lies the great opportunity.
Not only do Hawaii Representative Tulsi Gabbard and her husband, cinematographer Abraham Williams, make an attractive couple, they also have an incredible story. According to the New York Times, the two were acquainted for quite a while, but they really got to know each other in 2012 when Williams volunteered for the politician's campaign. Still, it wasn't until a year and a half later that the pair started dating after meeting up at a birthday party for Gabbard. She recalled, "It was the first time that we had a chance to kick back, relax, and really talk on a personal level." The two tied the knot in 2015 and have been going strong ever since. Williams has recently become more of a familiar face, especially after Gabbard ran for the Democratic nomination for the 2020 presidential race. Marie Claire even dubbed Williams the, quote, "coolest political spouse" in 2019.
I'm really inspired to stand up for California values, to fight for a strong economy.
Lieutenant Governor of California, Eleni Kounalakis, is no stranger to the stresses of the political realm. And neither is her husband, longtime journalist Dr. Murkowski. According to the Office of Lieutenant Governor of California, he is an award-winning, nationally syndicated foreign affairs columnist, author, and scholar. Wars and revolutions are where Marcos cut his teeth as a foreign correspondent. Marcos is certainly proud of his wife's accomplishments, even bragging about them in his Instagram bio, where he refers to himself as a, quote, "scholar, author, and total political spouse." The happy couple also have 2 sons together, Neo and Eon. While celebrity relationships are notorious for their brevity, Many partners in politics appear to be in it for the long haul. Take, for example, Kim Reynolds and her husband, Kevin Reynolds. Kim made history in 2017 as the first ever female governor of Iowa, when the couple had already been together for decades, having first met way back in high school. And it was Kevin who urged her to make the move into politics.
He said, either you run for office or I pretty much don't want to hear another thing about it.
But Kevin was no stranger to politics when his wife became governor. After he graduated from Iowa State University, he worked as a county resource planner and then in public service as a conservationist for the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Kevin retired shortly before his wife took office and has since dedicated himself to his duties as first gentleman of Iowa. 2015 was a big year for Leslie Rutledge. Not only was she elected as the first ever female Attorney General of Arkansas, but she also got engaged to her now husband, Boyce Johnson. Rutledge was elected to a second term in 2018. Rutledge previously worked as a prosecutor, and her long career in public service seems to be a family tradition. Her father is a lawyer and a judge. Rutledge credits her dad and her educator mother with instilling in her a sense of service to others, as well as the importance of hard work.
At the Attorney General's office, we will do the fighting for you.
Johnson seems to keep a rather low profile, and according to Arkansas Online, he owns an agricultural business. The couple also have a daughter together, Juliana. It's an added bonus for New York Congresswoman Elise Stefanik that her husband, Matthew Manda, has also worked in politics. As noted by the New York Times, the couple married in 2017, when Stefanik was representing New York's 21st District and Manda was working for the Media Group of America as its Marketing and Communications Director.
And am proudly the youngest Republican woman elected to Congress in history.
Stefanik's demanding job made wedding planning difficult, but her groom was understanding. The couple hired a team to help them pull off a gorgeous wedding, with Stefanik explaining to brides, "They really understood that my constituents are my priority, so I wouldn't always be available to take calls or make decisions." New Hampshire Mayor Joyce Craig and her husband Michael have known each other for most of their lives. According to Business New Hampshire magazine, they were friends way back in the 4th grade. Joyce told the outlet, "We were friends forever. We went to senior prom together and dated off and on." Craig credits her husband with helping her become mayor, saying that his hard work not only helped her win the race, but also make history when she was elected as the first ever female mayor of Manchester, New Hampshire in 2017.
It's a humbling experience and very thankful for the support that I received.
A former state prosecutor, Michael has supported his wife while also managing his own successful career as an attorney and founding partner of a law firm. The couple also have 3 children together, William, Sarah, and Catherine. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.